Hello, hi, welcome back to Success Automation. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how to read the CSV file. So I'm going to read this CSV file now. So to read the CSV file, there are two ways. One is you can read directly through file reader. Another way is you can add the CSV file dependency in the Maven project and you can read. In this video, I'm just talking about very simple like how to read the CSV file. Uh, so quickly I'll go to this. Before this, what is CSV file? You should know. So CSV file is a file when it will be comma separated. I already created one CSV file. So when you create the CSV file, it will come like this. I'm right clicking this file and trying to open. When you open this, so if you see the content in the file data is comma separated. That is the reason that it is called as a CSV, comma separated file. So the data will be separated with a comma. And how to create, just I'm just opening this file. You can save this file as, and so when you go here, you'll get the option here at the bottom. You'll get the drop down CSV. You need to select this CSV file and you can give any name. For example, I'm just creating new file here, CSV demo. So you have to give the name here and you need to select CSV commas delimited option at the drop down. This is very important. So and save this file. I'm just saving in the desktop. So when you save, you will get the icon like this. Looks like a Excel file, but you can open, right click here and open with a notepad. So if you open, it look like this. So this is your CSV file. So I have already created the CSV file, this one. So how to read the CSV file? As I told, you can read the CSV file by using the file reader. So what I have done, I just created the buffer reader object. Okay, buffer reader object, and in this object, I'm in the constructor of this buffer reader, I'm putting the file reader instance. So file reader, it will read the file. You need to give the location of the file. So this location you can get from the desktop. Like right click this one and show more option, or you'll get the property. Just copy this one and go to security. Here it will give the location. So you need to copy this one, this location, and you need to paste it here. You need to paste it. And one important thing is it should get the two backward slashes everywhere like this. This is the C directory. Under that user folder, under that Imtiaz folder, under that desktop, under that there is a CSV file. So you need to make sure these two backward slashes. And now I created the buffer reader object. I'm creating one string variable line. So this line, I'm using this line to read the data line by line. So now I'm using the line equal to br, this buffer reader object, read line. It will read line by line until null. If there is no data, until that it will read. So here I'm just printing this value. This is how you can put the code here. I'll just make it a little bit small here, font. So right click here and Save this file, and if you see here, you got the data here. So like this you can read the data. So here what we are doing, again I'm just going through this code. Just you need to create the buffer header, any object name. Under that you need to put the file reader. File reader is a API. It's a file reader class which will read the file, and this data will be read by this file reader, and it will be ASCII code. We want to display as the string. That's the reason we are putting in the buffer reader object. Buffer reader object convert the file into string format. After that, we create one string variable. In this string variable, we are reading this read line. It will read the data from the CSV file, and it will store in this, and we are printing it. And this condition, this while loop, will execute until null. Like this, we can read the data. And whenever you want to update the data here, right click, open notepad. You can put here contact or role. You can role play the QA and company XYZ. Okay, you can update like this. The data you can put like this. This is the best way of editing, updating the data in the CSV file. And just that, again I'll clear this data. Just click this one, access. It will clear the data, and just ignore this message. Right click here, and when you execute, you will get the data line by line. Here what I'm doing, I'm reading all complete data line by line. Now this is like you can um, read the data, and you can read the data line by line, and you can print. Now I'm going to talk about the hash map. There is one collection class hash map. I'll just talk about that hash map. First I need to talk hash map demo. Don't give the name hash map here, because hash map is a predefined class name. So just add demo or something, you add it here. So if I just created one class, so I'm going to talk about what is hash map. Hash map is a class which store the data in a key value format. So I'll go and paint, I'll explain this. So data will be having two columns. The first will be your key, and second will be your value. Like this, the data will be stored in the key value format. I just make it big. This one is very big. So value, okay, key value. So the data will be stored in the key value format. Here you can declare the key here. For example, name is a key, and the actual value you can put it here, just the value. Like this you can store the data in a key value format. So the data will be stored in the key and value format, and you can retrieve the data based on your key. You just give the key name, you'll get the value. Like this you can store the data in the hash map, and you can read. So now I'll just create one hash map. Okay. First, I'll create some one hash map here. I just added this code. So here, this hash map, whenever you want to declare the, whenever you want to create the object hash map or declare the variable of the hash map, you should define like this. Hash map is a util package class, predefined class, and you need to give the two arguments here. One is string or another, you can use string or integer, whatever you want. But you need to give the two arguments here because you want to store a key and the value. This is like this, you need to declare the hash map object. And once you create the hash map object, you need to, whenever you want to add the data, the first argument is a string. So you can give string Vishal. Okay, this is a Vishal. Vishal is a key and value is 10. Like that, you can store the key and value. Now you have entered the data, you have updated, you added the data to hash map. Now I want to read this data. So simply you can do like this. SYSO control space. It will give the complete. So just put the object here. This object hash map object. Right click and run this. So when you just when you give the map here, it will print the complete data. Vaibhav is a key and 20 is a value. Like that, it will come. It will give the complete data of your hash map. You can do like this, or you can read to one by one. Uh, there are different ways. You can. Another thing is, you can get the size of the map here. If you want to know the size of the map, how many elements are there in the map, you have to use map dot size. Right click here, and this is the, it will give the size of your map. How many elements are there? 3 elements. Now like this, you can print the data. Now I'll move to the another file where I want to read the CSV file, and that CSV file data I want to store in a hash map. So you can create the hash map like this also. Just give the map. Map is interface and two arguments, string and string, and hash map and two arguments string. So first key also string and value also string. Just I created this hash map object. Now as we discussed in the previous file, I'm just reading the buffer reader and line. I declare one line string variable. I'm reading line by line, and as we saw here in the hash map, by using the put, you need to add the data, key and value. So here what I'm doing, map, put and split. This line has a one line, right? So this line has a two data. So I just open this file, right click, and if you see the data here, this is, this line has two strings. One is f name and second string is the Imtiaz. This is the key and this is the value. So what I'm doing is here, by using the split, there is a split method in the string class which will split the data based on your delimiter. This is a delimiter. Delimiter nothing but whatever um, the data is divided based on your comma. This is a delimiter. It will call delimiter. All the delimiter is here comma. You can give hash anything. So now as our data is divided with a comma, I'm just splitting the data. I mean split the data, zeroth element I'm storing as a key, and the first element 0 and 1, like this is your 0, the first data is 0 here, and the second data is 1. When you divide this line, you'll be having the index 0 this one, and 1 will be like this one. So I'm so first element I'm using as a key, and second element I'm using as a value. So like that, it will read all the data from this file, and it will add in a hash map. Like this, I'm adding the data in the hash map. Now once the data is pushed, the data is read from the CSV file and stored in the hash map, I want to display this data. How we can do? Just put the map here, right click here. Before that, just try to close this. Close the file. Right click this and run the program. If you see here, key is a file, f name, and the value is Imtiaz. LM is a key and shake is a value. Role is a key and QA is a value. Like this you can read. Or if you want to read the specific data, you can do like this. Mapped dot get, give the key. What is a key? For example, I want to give the role. So when you want to read the role, specifically you want to read the role, you can give like this. What is the problem here? Get role. A role. Get is a method. Get Vishal. अच्छा अच्छा. Okay, but get role map. What is the problem here? Map. Get Vishal. Map dot get. Achha. You have to give only one. Yeah, there was extra bracket here. There's a problem. So just give the role. Now I'm reading here. I've just comment this one so that I want to read only the role now. Just right click here, and so it will give the data. So the role is a key and the data is QA. Like this you can access the data. For example, I want to access another f name. F name is a key. I want to read the data. So right click this. Like this you can read the, whenever you pass the key you get the actual data. Like this you can read, or you want to read the complete data, you can read Java or to read hash map. You can read the complete data as well, or mm, line by line, same thing. Mm, just very simple. I want to read. So like this, you can read by using for loop all the data you want to read. So here I'm using the for loop and map. Map is the object. So here what I'm doing by using for loop, map is the interface. There is method called entry. Map entry method and object is created and colon, and this is the hash map object entry set. It will create the entry set, and each data will be stored in this and it will print. Here what we are doing, we are getting the key as well as the value. You can read like this as well. I'll just show, I'll comment this one, these two. I'll remove this code here so that you can understand. So by using this for loop, I'm reading all the data from this map, hash map. Just right click and it'll print the key and value. If you want to add the key here, just key colon, you can add plus here and space, as well as you can add value colon. So now it will print the key word and it will actual key, and it will print the value keyword and print the actual value. Right click and select this. Key is a first name and value is India's. First another key is LM and the value is shape. The key is role and the value is QA. Like this, you can print all the data. So in this example, in this code, what I have done, I I created the hash map object and I'm reading the file. I'm reading by using while loop, reading line by line, and whenever I'm getting the line, this is a line is a string, so I'm splitting this line to two pieces because the data is stored in the comma separated. That's why I'm using comma here. So first word is the first word key will be updated to the map, and second word will value will be added. So as we discussed, hash map will be two uh, it will be key value pair. So first will be key and second will be value you have to store. So that's the reason I'm just splitting this line. I'm storing the value. Once I enter all the data, once I get the data from CSV file and storing the map, I'm reading the data like this. You can read the data this format. This is all about the CSV file. So in the next video, I'm going to talk about how to read the property file. And this is very important. This CSV file is very important. Generally, we use in automation to store the locators. So in real time example, how we'll use the CSV file is right click this one. I'll just show this. You'll put the locator, the F name, and you'll put the slash slash something contains text. You'll put the actual locator here. In the real-time frameworks, you won't hard code the locators in your step file. Instead of that, you store the data in the CSV file and you pass this key name and you get the actual locator, and you can get the locator and you can put in your step file. Like this, we'll use the CSV file in the automation frameworks. Hope you understood. Thank you. Thanks for watching, and subscribe my channel and share to your friends. So in the next video, I'm going to talk about the property, how to read the property file. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.